So you guys do like stupid jumps. Even I wouldn't want to do them.
I thought the internet was a joke.
Don't
It was
trade.
the opposite, and I'm just better than you. That's way cooler.
People like to ride motorcycles, not as a job too, and still do gnarlier than these dudes are doing.
You could be in your neighborhood at midnight going 100. Just love. You gotta love it. Deegan's smart. You know, like
Yeah.
Hayden's smart. His dad's smart.
But we might need someone to jump everything first. So it's Josh Hill.
So Josh Hill. All right, boys, we're back with another episode of the Jaxxon Sports Show. I am here with the one and only Twitch, the grandfather, aka he used to be called the Godfather, but Metzger said
Never.
We're not doing that anymore. What do you mean never? We used to always call you the Godfather.
And I told you guys you can't because there's only one Metzger and he's the Godfather.
And then he came on the show and just laid down so much wisdom. I'm like, no wonder we call him the Godfather. And then we're here with the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hill. We are back.
What's happening, guys?
Josh just been chilling in the Jaxxon Media House for the last hour, listening to Hunter and Jett, trying to figure out who's strongest with the grip. The grip machine's got everybody feeling like they're real strong nowadays.
No, it has you feeling like you're not strong.
That is true.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate you coming on. Twitch was very excited to get you on, and I have been just watching these videos for the last 3 days. This Big Hill YouTube series you got going on, trying to figure out why and how and who does this. Can you kind of break this down off the break? This video series is amazing, by the way.
I mean, really, it's just me and my wife with GoPros and iPhones, and I was going across the country because I do this event every year called the Big Hill Jam, and I was doing it out in Oregon where I grew up, and there's so many sick riding spots along the way, and then happened to be like right when there was a big Nitro National hill climb event going on where you can, it's quite a bit of money at those things, and I've gotten into it. It's pretty fun racing those. So I pulled into those, hit some free ride spots, and then just made my way to Oregon, and then it just keeps going because once I get to Oregon, I link up with Axel with his Slays World thing, and then we do Hill Jam, and then this other project coming out. It's been a hell of a summer.
You got to ride Washougal with him too, right?
Yeah, that was.
How was that?
Oh, it was sick. Ryan Huffman, he's an old pro. He runs that place, and the day after the national, he gave us the keys to all the equipment. They have this big equipment sponsors. They have everything out there, and we just went out and redid the track after the national, lipped stuff up, made cheater lines all over the place, and I mean, we probably still weren't as fast as this dude. Lawrence
Even
out
with
there.
cutting the track?
Even with cutting the track, but we were having a blast just hitting stuff everywhere. That place is pretty special.
That line you guys dozed up, the new line that they were doing this year through the trees with the switchbacks. When I was like watching it, I'm like, oh, that'd be so sick to jump. And then like the next couple of days, I saw Axel posted something of you guys jumping it because you built it all up. I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Actually, that one I don't think we even built up. We
just left it how it was?
Yeah, just launched it. Yeah.
So you're saying Jett and all them are just pussies for not jumping it?
We were cutting the track. You know,
That's
we were swinging
crazy.
out wide.
That's crazy. The disrespect on Jett's name. Well, he's just here as a fan today.
He's just texting. No, he don't even know what we're saying. We're
Yeah.
good.
All right, good.
See? Look, he's just dumbfounded right now.
Yeah.
And they had put up a poll right there if you tried to do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out this Big Hill Jam, this event. You promote it, you put it on. Explain to me the kind of the concept behind it and what goes into it.
Really, it's just kind of like a grassroots moto festival. Like we try to get as many like big name guys out there as we can just to put on a show and make it more grassroots, make it more like accessible for people. We have amateur events too, but then we have pit bike races, a best whip contest. We'll always have a race of some sort, whether it's like a pro moto race or hill climbs when we do it at my parents' house. And basically just spend all year trying to like pool up as much sponsor money as I can, and when sponsors come in, we just put it into the purse and try to have a fun weekend. We have bands come out and everybody's just has a good time. It's not super serious, but there's enough good riders that it gets serious. There's enough money on the line that people take it.
Want to try.
Yeah.
It seems like it's grown so much since the first year. Even the first year there was a bunch of people there. But have you done 3 years now or
This
more?
is fifth year of doing it.
Fifth year. Yeah. So it seems like it's growing like really good. Like it looks so, like you said, you're just gonna have good vibes and fun. It looks super fun.
We had no idea what we were doing when we started this. Like I was just like,
let's have an event.
Let's do an event. Like let's just see. Okay, we got to go pull a
This will be
permit.
easy.
Yeah, we got to get insurance. Like, oh, this guy wants to sponsor. Sick. Yeah. So that was kind of how it started. And luckily, I called in some favors to like Bierman came out, and Raha came out, and we had we actually had a hill climb national at the first event.
That's pretty sick.
Actually, the first 3, and that's fun. We had try to put everybody on these like big 300 horsepower hill climb bikes and
with the long swing arms, just make it. They look so awkward, but it's like you and there was someone else I seen on it look like you've been riding them your whole life. Like it just looked fun.
There's some good guys like that actually have style and rip, and like it's probably the fastest bikes on the planet. Or
They're
at
gnarly,
those
huh?
hill climb events. But the thing that people don't realize when they see like guys gooning out at hill climbs and looping out and all the funny stuff is like there's no practice. Like you get on a bike that you ride like probably 5 times a year, and then you have 2 times to go up the hill as fast as you can. That hill has like, you know, cliffs and rocks and all kinds of stuff.
And you don't know what's there until you hit it.
Yeah, you have no idea. Like, I mean, you can walk the hill, but after a couple of bikes go on it, it totally changes and gets blown out. So, you know, you watch all these highlights of hill climb, you're like, oh, these guys, there's some goons out here. But it's once you ride the bikes too, some of those nitro bikes, they don't put brakes on them because they don't want you to like rear wheel tap the brake in the air and then kill the engine.
How
and
the fuck do you get down the hill?
Put it in
gear and just coast to like first gear. You're like, blah.
Yeah,
Like, dude, that's gnarly.
Yeah. So like when you see dudes looping out, like after doing it and realizing like some of those big nitro bikes don't have rear brakes because they're afraid of it stalling and then just blowing everything out of the engine. Like
I
literally
didn't
just
even think about that.
metal flying because of the nitrous. So that's a lot to do with like, a
gnarly.
lot of the loop outs.
I watched this video of you, and it says the biggest drop on an e-moto on YouTube. And I'm trying to figure out, first of all, where is this? Second of all, like, how do you even prepare? How do you prep for something like this?
Well, that drops out in Caneville, and Chris Foster and Tom Parsons found this. I think they're maybe filming Real Moto or doing one video part, and they built it, and then nobody really touched it for
This
the
jump's
longest.
so sick.
God.
The longest time, and it's, I mean, from top to bottom, it's got to be over 100 feet. So you like the gap that you drop.
The gap. How big is the gap that you drop?
I mean, the distance of it's probably only like 45, 50 feet,
It
but you
looks so
drop
much
probably
bigger.
like 60 feet in elevation.
And you can't test run it. It's like cliffs on each side. It's like just
looks
wider.
insane.
It's just wider than a bike.
And this
Yeah.
is a first try?
Well, so yeah, we went out there. I went out riding with Braden Sanderson, and there's a bunch of like local Utah kids that are just shredding right now.
Yeah, they rip.
And they're like going out and conquering everything they've seen in videos now, you know? And
It's so dope.
He was like, hey, look, you want to hit the drop? And I'm like, if you're going to do it, I'll do it. So we went and just cleaned it up. And then after we cleaned it up, like probably another 5 or 10 people have hit it since. So
I don't think I've ever seen you back down from a jump.
I
Like,
kinda-
honestly, like you've hit some gnarly fucking jumps, dude.
That's insane. That drop right there, like the drop to the bottom of the landing is how big?
I bet you it's well over 100 feet to like where
Yeah.
I'm at there from the top. So
Wow.
like where you actually till you catch landing, I bet you're 67.
What is that, a
feet.
Stark?
That's a Stark, yeah. I did it on the 450 first, and then I was like,
I'll do it on this.
or, you know, it's get a little gimmick going, hit it on
Yeah.
the e-bike, and it's one of those ones that looks so scary, and then you do it, and you're just like, that was smooth. Like,
Yeah. And
Well,
this,
maybe for you.
this thing's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah,
Looks like the
the
middle of the
spot
Grand
is
Canyon.
so sick. Like I remember going out there, like, dude, I don't even know how long ago it was. Like when there was barely any lines out there.
yeah, you crash, and it's a helicopter ride. That's the only bad thing about out there.
Morrison broke his tib fib there, and I had to drive him all the way to the hospital on top of the hill, which was like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Scummy?
Yeah,
When was this?
like 2000, 2001.
What were you
maybe.
guys doing? Jumping 50s?
No, we were on our 250s. I actually let him ride one of my bikes because he blew his bike up, and I told him, hey, use the black gas can, not the yellow one. I see him riding across the desert, and the bike's just smoking. He filled it up with diesel. Put the wrong can in it.
In your bike?
Yeah, and I'm sitting on top of the hill, and I'm just watching his bike. I'm like, that thing's smoking so gnarly. I look, I'm like, that's fucking Scummy on my bike, and he put diesel in my bike.
Blow up the whole bike.
Oh, ruined my bike.
There's another video of you. It's this pro level obstacle course or whatnot, and it's hey Wayne, do you mind? You're like stepping on a bunch. What is going on right now? What is that,
It's fucking Jett trying to get a water.
bro? Hey Lawrence, we're in the middle of a podcast, brother.
Man,
Hey, you might as well
disrespect.
come over here. Come over here. Say hi to the
I can be
audience. Say hi
quiet.
to the audience since you don't know how to be quiet. Put that down though before you come in the camera. So Jett was supposed to be taking photos of Hill, and instead he decided to play Inspector Gadget and crawl underneath it. What'd you find, brother?
I was getting water.
Okay, as long as you're good, we're good.
I was trying to
Sorry about that, Hill. We try to be professional, you know.
Yeah.
Good.
But
Sorry,
you-
we got this dumbass in here.
But you win every race and beat everybody, and all of a sudden you can get water whenever you want it.
Make as much noise as you want.
Yeah. Hey, this Ultra B, for people that don't know, that's the Suron. It's super fast. What is this, like a pro level obstacle course that you built? Like you're doing a lot of dope content.
Yeah, I was living out in Orange County, and like there's so many trails and so much cool stuff out here, but you just get rolled up the instant you tried to ride a gas bike on it. And so I was like, man, it'd be so sick if there'd be e-bikes. Like that would just fix all your problems.
Yeah.
And so I got real like into developing these e-bikes. It started out with Alta, and then
You rode the very first one, right?
Yeah.
That's what that was, the Alta.
Yeah, I'd raced it at straight rhythm, like right out of like before it was even in production.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I've just loved it. It's just a fun little side project for me, like passion project, riding these e-bikes, because they're getting faster and faster and lighter.
Yep.
And then you can ride them anywhere and you don't make any noise. I mean, you could be in your neighborhood at midnight going 100 through your neighborhood.
No one knows.
No one has a clue. You start your 450 and people are coming outside.
Like you've ridden basically all the e-bikes so far. Like how gnarly has the progression been since like the Alta?
Yeah, I mean,
which everyone thought that bike was the shit when it came out.
The Alta was sick, and it's probably like honestly the most well-built dirt bike of all time. Like they're indestructible.
Yeah.
And then I mean the Stark now it's crazy powerful, and I mean they're gaining battery life on them, and they're I mean I think that right now they're still probably a little bit off of like you couldn't probably take it to Supercross and really be fully competitive. You can be close, but give it a couple of years and it's
on the track.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one, the Stark or the Ultra B, and you could just go rip around either a track or, you know, the hills over here, which one would you choose?
Well, I mean, the Stark is like, it's a real deal dirt
like a
bike.
motorcycle.
I mean, it's like equivalent to a YZ450 or, you know, one of those bikes.
Yeah.
But the Suron is almost more like a kid's bike, you know, it's like a trail bike, like a TTR 125, but just ultra snappy. And you can do like, I mean, I can skim Supercross loops, hit Supercross
That's so
triples
gnarly.
on it. And like, but you could literally like pick it up. It only weighs like 170 pounds. Like it's like 100 pounds less almost than a Stark. So they kind of just have their own little areas. Like if I want to go hit some tight transition or a skate park or something, like that new Ultra B with that serious suspension is like the funnest
It's like
thing
moto suspension.
Yeah.
In 2006, you turned pro.
Yeah.
And you were, what, 16 years old, 15 years old? How old were you?
Yeah, I think my first pro national was like on my 17th birthday. And then, I mean, I was racing some like local pro stuff and like I think when I was just turned on my 16th birthday.
And, you know, multiple Supercross podiums, and people talk about your racing career, and then they talk about this career that you've now kind of built as like a free rider and a guy who kind of like, I would say is one of the best content creators in the world, but I don't want to put that out there, obviously, for people that race. So I'm not trying to call you a content creator. Do you find more enjoyment making content and making this style video and features than you do racing? Like, do you feel like this is like more of a passion for you than it is racing?
I mean, if I could battle with Jett Lawrence still, you know what I mean? If I was still at that level, I'd be racing every weekend. But, you know, as I'm getting older, like, yeah, I love riding. Like riding was always like racing always just funded my riding habit.
Yeah.
You know, like ever since I was a kid, like we raced because on the weekends, like growing up in Oregon, there wasn't practice tracks Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, like you got to race on the weekends. And that was like,
You looked forward to that weekend.
that's what you did is you rode on the weekends and all your buddies came and it was like, there was a lot of people there. It was a cool scene. And that's kind of how I got into it. And then I ended up getting fast and getting a factory ride. But I mean, Twitch knows like the second I showed up in SoCal, like he actually hit me up to come riding with him when I was like 17, 18. And then after that, he couldn't kick me for a while. Anytime it rained, like tracks weren't open, I was calling him. Like
we would have so much fun together. And I remember people would always talk to you like, he's a factory rider. Why is he out there riding with you guys? I'm like, he's having fun, dude. Like people like to ride motorcycles, not as a job too. It's like you didn't get into riding motorcycles because you thought you were going to race Supercross your whole life. It's like you got into racing and riding motorcycles because it was fun. It was something your dad did, like something in your family did, like, you know. And people don't understand, like even like where you are now, like you said, with injuries, with age, like yeah, you can't be competitive with the dude who's on top right now, but it's like you can still have fun and still do gnarlier shit than these dudes are doing.
I love racing because like, yeah, if I can go race in Australia or France or even come racing in the States, if I've got a good program and put something solid together, like here, I feel like I can still be like a top 10 threat, like still be in the top 10 if I commit myself to it. But what the racers do is the gnarliest stuff in the world. I mean, same thing like what Axel's doing, Raha, like the all the big gnarly jumps, Bierman, like that's just as gnarly. But you are a little bit more on your own time with it. You know, like something doesn't feel right. Like, all right, maybe let's go
I don't have to
look
do
at
it right
that
now.
again. Like, let's come back to it where like, motocross, supercross, it's just put up or shut up, and there's 21 other dudes that want to kill you that are just as trained and ready as you. So
and they want the bike that you're on, like they want your ride, like, so it's like you always are just ready for battle.
Yeah, supercross. I mean, I think when we're all done racing, we all like each other, because really everybody in supercross, like there's no real bad dudes.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's cool. But in the moment, like, dudes are injuring you out there. So there's guys that you don't necessarily like, and you've injured them, like it's just nature.
Was there someone that you always had a problem with racing?
Nah, not so much. I mean, there was guys definitely, you'd see them, I'm like, I ain't letting that dude beat me. Like, you would dig a little.
I'm gonna do whatever
deep.
it takes.
Yeah. I guess my drive came from a strange place, maybe. Like,
well, I think a lot of racers, Jett and Hunter always talk about that too. There's not a specific name, but it's like everybody lining up against them, they just don't want to lose. So not everybody's that competitive though.
There's just guys that you respect more than other guys. There's some guys that you just see them and they're beating you, like, that guy is not better than me. I'm not letting that guy beat me. And then, like, I guess when I was racing, I was like the same age and grew up racing all around Villapoto and Dungey and those guys. So I didn't look at them as the same way I looked at like Bubba or Chad Reed, other guys that I raced. And, those guys went on to have arguably just as massive careers, and they were superstars. But at the time, I looked at them like eye level.
Yeah, I've beat you before.
Like, I'm not worried. Sense. Like, I'm not letting you beat me. Like, but if Bubba's coming up behind me, oh crap, look out.
But there were some good ass races where you beat him, right? You guys would battle.
I don't think I ever truly beat I don't think anybody really ever beat 100%. I mean,
Stewart,
Carmichael and Reed are probably the only guys I can think of that really beat Bubba, like, when he was on and didn't crash or something, where like, I mean, I had a couple of days at the test track. Like, if he was out training in Florida on the soft train and he first pulled up to the test track, like, I might be able to show him a little speed, but I go to his house and I'm in for a whole new, like, I think I'm the man and I'm 4 seconds off. Bubba was incredible.
How was that? Well, you were teammates with him, right? You guys were, was it the Sam Manuel team or was it?
Sam Manuel.
It was Sam Manuel.
Yes. I mean,
I remember when that was going down, like, you were riding so good then, dude.
it was fun. I mean, my career, I got to be around some insanely talented dudes, be teammates with Bubba. I was always around Reed. I mean, Tedesco, Langston. I mean, I had a lot of good guys around me. And then Yamaha squad was solid too. Even like the Star Racing Yamaha Troy teams back then. You had J-Law and you had, so many guys coming up. So it was cool.
What was the energy like racing against guys like Villapoto and Dungey and those types of elite riders in their prime?
Well, I mean, I raced against Villapoto and Dungey since we were kids. I mean, there's pictures of me and Villapoto at like 8 years old. Like, we all parked next to each other at races, and we'd go out and just battle tooth and nail at local races all the way through. So
that's rad.
And then Dungey wasn't on any of our radar until like he was like 16. And like, I was looking at old results and I'm like, dude, Dungey was there the whole time. Like,
he didn't really get good till like right before he went pro, right?
Yeah, he was always like a 7th, 8th, 9th place guy.
Yeah.
And then like right before he turned pro, like the dude just flicked the switch. And then one time he just beat me straight up at World Mini in a moto, and I was like, well, who's this guy? That must be a cheater.
Been racing him all year.
Cheater bike. Cheater bikes out of nowhere, dog.
And then from then on, like, he took off. I mean, that guy, his career was, I mean, if you could point at anybody and be like, I want my kid's career to be like that, like Dungey's the guy. I mean, didn't get hurt very often.
No, he made like almost, I think like like his stats were like insane of like how many races he actually raced without missing one. Like, it was stupid.
Yeah.
Hunter talks about that. Hunter Lawrence was talking about that earlier today. Like, half the battle for racers at that level is just staying healthy and not getting hurt. Yeah. People talk about the bike so much. They talk about racing and winning, but they don't talk about, dude, just staying healthy and being able to race is half the battle.
Well, look at how many races there are a year, and the speeds that these dudes are going, like, the things they're hitting are coming at them fast, lap after lap after lap.
This past weekend in Ocotillo, I was like in the middle of nowhere by myself with like miles in between, like a little 2-foot like whoop section. I thought I was at A1. So I can imagine when they like, we took a CJ from the Concrete Cowboys, like took a little like pen or whatever, a little like piece of metal, and he made a mark in the sand to show me like how fast the 450 track would be. And I was like, dude, I would die if I had to turn that fast and that many times. And like, I'm thinking these tracks are like so much bigger than what they are. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's just, you do it every day, day in, day out. I mean, you just get used to it, man. You just start, you don't think of the risk, that's involved with it. You just think, how can I get a fraction of a second better? I mean, that's what separates these guys, like from the rest, just the guys that are willing to look past, the scariness of it and just focus forward and how to get a little bit better. I mean, it's just science.
What do you think your worst injuries came from? Having fun free riding or Supercross?
Well, I mean, my worst injury came from when I did that backflip and just bailed from the sky. That was
Nate's house.
Nothing even compares to that, just because of the
it's
all the
still
nerve
hard to
damage.
watch that crash. Like to watch your leg fold. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
I like watching. I'm like, dude, I lived through that.
Because
it looked like I'm dead. Like,
were you riding for Yamaha? Factory
yeah,
Yamaha
Factory Sam Manuel. That was that same year that I was like battling with them, and then battling up there with Bubba and for the championship. And then we went to I was Supercross only, and I wanted to do X Games, and I think it was the first or second year they had
Speed and Style, right?
And I'm like, dude, I can flip. Like, I know I could do that. Like, I've flipped bicycles. I've watched enough guys.
Look at his leg.
Do it.
Look at his right leg.
I gotta ask you a question. Why did you bail halfway through the flip?
Because I'm an idiot. Because they came around, but
the first one he did, he landed, but you went a little long on the first one.
Don't get mad. We're gonna rewatch this. This is Josh Hill's backflip, and you were in the middle of a race season.
Yeah, I'm only 20 years old here too, so I was just like, this was kind of the end of my real serious racing career. I came back from it a bit and got on some podiums, but I was never quite, I was never top of the heap guy after that.
That's a crazy.
You weren't after that.
I mean, I won like quite a few Australian Supercrosses, a bunch of like World Supercross stuff, but in a third, and I got back on the podium and I won some heat races in 450 US Supercross, Monster Energy Supercross. But like after that, I busted that femur, pelvis, broke my arm all the way through, but that was the least of the injuries. I ended up getting compartment syndrome in my opposite leg.
That's right.
And it was nerve damage, and I've never regained feeling in it. So like I can't really move my ankle. It's like fused shut. And it took me like 3 years to be able to like pretty much walk again.
That's so gnarly. That was a heavy crash. I remember talking to Nate that day, and he's like, I told him just to come back without his friends tomorrow. He's like, he had all his friends saying, just do it, Hill, fuck it, just do it. You're already here.
Yeah.
But you landed the first one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did. So I went one day in the pit with Matto. Matto was teaching me the ropes, and it was rad. I think I started out just doing super kicker in, and then I think I just went 75 because I was like, oh, I should go super kicker to dirt. Yeah. And Matto was like, he was like, dude, most people think 75 to dirt's just as easy, and like that's what you're gonna have to compete on. Yeah. He's like, just keep hitting the pit at 75. So then I went to Nate's house like the next day. So if you back up, my plan was to do this all year, and I'm telling everybody, yeah, I'm gonna flip. Like I'm gonna flip and do speed and style. And I'm like riding Supercross track every day, doing Supermans over the triple every lap, like no footed cans, like just my Goonie moto, like racer freestyle tricks. And I don't think I'd ever felt better. And Larry Brooks, he's the best team manager ever. He had my back. He had my best interest and heart at this. But he was like, I think kind of holding my bike hostage from me because he figured if I hold him back enough from like going to the pit, like he won't do it.
He'll just say no, I won't do it.
Say no, I won't do it. But I was telling everybody, yeah, I'm going to flip, and in my head, I was going to flip. Yeah. And so I didn't get to hit the pit until like the week before X Games. So I was on a bit of a time crunch, and I was like, I just need to do it and like, just get it done to where I do it every day for the next week. And then I'll be sweet. But I was on a factory race bike that are really powerful at that time. And in my mind, I'm like, I just got to cruise up to this thing like as slow as I can and then just hit it like wicket pinned, just off the face. And on my race bike, I kept overshooting the landing a little bit. Like on a stock bike, like that'd be
you'd be perfect, yeah.
But on the race bike, like I couldn't even like crack it wide open, or I'd go too deep off of it every time. And so the first time I went a little deep, like I still caught some landing, but I was towards the bottom. And then the next time I cracked it way harder and pulled just a hair early, and I'm sure it would have came around. So you got like the scorpion.
It looked like if you would have stayed on it, probably would have came around, but with not having the experience, you think, oh shit, I need to get away from this thing.
Yeah, and I just spent 2 days in the pit, and like I just remember like, okay, if it ain't coming around, just kind of like ditch it off to the side. And I always like that was my game plan. Like if something's wrong, just ditch it last second and get away from the bike, and you'll catch landing and roll out of it. And you might get busted up. But I was way too deep. Like I went like 90 feet straight to flat. Now, and Yeah, that would hurt.
The only other flip crash I've seen as gnarly as that was Drake McElroy's at the same exact location when it was Deegan's house.
Yeah.
And I think it was off the super kicker. It was so dirty, dude.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that when I saw that. That one was gnarly.
Yeah. But it's, yeah, you live and learn. I mean, I was in the prime of my career. I was already, you know, like I was 18 when I won my first 450 Supercross. I mean, I only did 1 year at 250 West and went straight to 450s.
Yep.
And then I was kind of in the mix, like the closest I'd been to being top level, you know, championship 450 guy. I had a little injury and, you know, faded back in the series. But going into that next year, like the world was sort of my oyster. And then I kind of pissed it away on that. But, you know,
you live and you learn.
I grew as a person. I mean, since then, I don't think not too many people have had as much fun riding two wheels as me. And
no, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Like you turned something that was so bad into something that's so good. It's like every time I see you now, it's like you don't have a worry in the world. You're just cruising, like fucking road tripping, going here to ride. I'm gonna ride an e-bike. I'm gonna ride a 450. I'm gonna ride a nitrous bike. Like you're just doing everything. It seems like you're having so much fun and you're capturing everything on film. It's like your YouTube page has been blowing up.
I'm just trying to capture it, make an excuse to go out there and do all this stuff, like chase stuff down. Oh yeah, but, you know, it's for a video. I gotta go do it. You know? So it's rad. And then if I get a cool opportunity to go racing, like I still love to get out and buckle down. Like when you're racing all the time, like training and all that stuff gets a bit monotonous. It starts to feel like a job. But then you take a step back and then you get a couple of second and third chances at it. It's like you start to realize like how this training actually helps you. Now that I'm like old and brittle and like jacked up, like I get pumped to go train and try to get myself in shape and see if I can test myself against the young kids.
I think it's still cool too. Like you're out here, like your brother's still racing Supercross. You're helping him on the side, just like with bike setup and shit. Like how's that been going with him?
Dude, when Justin is a insanely good rider. I mean, he's probably one of the most talented people I've ever seen on a motorcycle.
And that's crazy to hear you say that because you're like, everyone's like, Josh Hill's one of the most talented dudes I know. And it runs in the family. It's like your dad's a badass BMXer and you and your brother both fucking rip at everything you guys ride.
I appreciate that a lot. But Justin's like, it's so effortless to him. Like me, I always tried to like on social media, like, I don't know. When I grew up, I thought the internet was a joke. Yeah. You know, like I just say dumb crap on the internet, post something stupid I liked. Like if you didn't know me, you just see my internet presence, you probably thought I was the dumbest dude ever because I would just post stuff I thought was funny. And then like training, like I ain't gonna post a training video. Like I want to like pretend I do the opposite and I'm just better than you. That's way cooler. Like,
I'm just smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, you're in the gym. Mindset, dude.
Yeah.
That's such a thing that you guys like brought into the world.
These guys influenced me heavily for sure at a young age. I was corrupted young, man. I remember sneaking in to watch Krusty Demons at age 5 and I was like, heard White Zombie. I was like twitching.
Yeah.
This is going to be me.
So
what the hell is this?
Such a generation that you guys influence of just being rebellious. Like that was the definition of being rebellious.
It's so rad.
But it's true. As this creative urban riding, like ultimate free rider, like the most elite free rider in the game now. Like, do you feel like there's a misconception or like a misunderstanding of these jumps and the content of the things you do? I feel like people look at it and they just think like you're driving around to spots and they don't understand like the time, the prep that goes into this content.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't, that's cool. Like, you know, like if I think it translates over. If you race, if you ride freestyle, if you do anything, you see something, you might see something I do and think, oh, that's basic. Anybody could do that. And in my mind, I might think it was kind of tricky or, you know, the circumstances are different. But I think anybody that gets the chance to go out and experience some of this stuff, like, sometimes I'm posting stuff because I think it's gnarly, and sometimes I'm posting it because like, dude, this is just so damn fun. Like, this is a feeling like you'll never get anywhere. Other
it's hard to explain that feeling. Yeah,
for sure. I feel like when it comes though to riding versus like free riding, like when you were racing, is there like superstitions or a mindset or a program that you really stuck by versus now when you're just making content for yourself? Because both are still elite, both are still dangerous, but just one is a little bit, like you said, more at your own time.
I mean, I've probably done more dangerous stuff, like just playing around on my dirt bike because I wanted
100%.
to. Like, yeah, I mean, I've put myself in some situations where it's like, yeah, you could have, like when I was doing that drop in on the slide on the water park video, like I was 70 feet up and like, I was like grinding my foot on the side rail, trying not to fall off the side because I had to try to wheelie to not latch my frame to drop in.
It's so gnarly.
And I'm like, dude, I could have died so easily right there because it was just a rock 70-foot drop.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And then what about there's that one gnarly one from the skate park that, dude, you boost to the fucking moon, dude.
Blow out my teeth. Yeah.
Did you blow out your teeth
Just
there?
my molars, and I like cracked my jaw. Like
That thing was
it Urban
so
Rider?
gnarly, dude.
The Josh Hill Urban Rider video?
Yeah, this is one from the water park. Kalani
Yeah.
Rob, that's now the Palm Springs Surf Club.
He was just here. I just had Kalani Rob was just here.
He's the man.
Yeah,
He's
he
the shit,
was
dude.
hanging out with us earlier.
He's bad.
Yeah,
I think I sent you that earlier.
They were tearing this stuff out. He's like, dude, I got a little window, like, come out here. And it couldn't have been better timing because I quit racing from all my injuries and was like doing the team manager thing at Monster, and they couldn't keep me off the bike, and they let me.
So
come
here's
back
the slide
riding.
that I'm looking at. So this is the current Palm Springs Surf Club, correct?
Yeah.
And how big was this slide?
I mean, it had to have been like 70 feet up off the ground, but you had to like
Oh
unload
my
the bike.
God, dude.
Like my foot.
Like, I don't even like going on that water slide when I'm there at the water park with my kids, dude. Like, you feel like you get like, there's like, you have no gravity. You're just like floating.
Yeah,
Did
like
you
this
float
is
a little
so
down
dangerous.
that?
Like this is not meant to have a bike on it. This is a slide that's meant to be like rolling down in water.
It wasn't bad. Like if it had good traction, nothing about it would have been like, it would have been so smooth, but that stuff's made to be slippery. So I went and had Dunlop.
Yeah, bro, it's called a slide.
Yeah, I went
Like,
and had Dunlop get me some tires without knobbies, thinking like, oh, that'll be good. And
oh, you tore this place apart.
yeah, but when I went in to hit this loop, this thing's probably like where I was hitting, it was probably like a 25-foot, loop.
How did you
high?
fit in
And
this?
I spun like crazy, and dude, the bike just
Oh my
hooked a
God.
left where I was planning on going.
Did you didn't get hurt, did you?
Not at all. I slid
looked
it
like you
around
got
like a water
so
slide.
lucky, dude.
It was the sweetest feeling ever.
Did you walk any of this, or is this all first try?
I mean, I walked
You
it.
can't
But then I came
test
back
that.
with grip tape, and I'm like, okay, now I ain't gonna slide out. And I got.
Oh, so
around
then
it.
you went and set up the jump.
Yeah,
oh,
I
that
went
is
and-
lit.
I went and got some grip tape. No,
See, this
way
is
better.
crazy
Yeah.
content. Like you can't make this up. You have
That's
to be
so
creative.
sick,
you
dude.
have to know how to ride. You have
That's
to know what
so
the bike
gnarly.
can do. Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that ends up translating gnarly on film it's not always that hard. And that one
Was that supposed to be the Robbie Madison tribute? What is this?
well, I found out after this company went bankrupt that those bikes were waterproof, and I was like,
No way.
yeah, I'll just rip it through the slide, and it worked.
That's so sick. What's the video where the skate park where you crashed, where you're high as hell?
I think that was a Hill Ride It video. It's kind of at the end, and then it was in a Fox video too.
He was
Fox.
higher than Cheech and Chong, dude. Like, dude, he was to the moon, dude.
Yeah, and I thought that was gonna work out so much better than it did because you couldn't roll that thing and you had to jump over a fence.
Yep.
So I had him just build we built some just janky scaffolding so that I could like step into the center just to make sure I was gonna be going the right way.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was just to I thought I was gonna be able to get like a sick turn up on that thing and get more into the corner pocket of that next bull.
Yeah.
But the face was so abrupt that it would almost like kick you.
Dude, it looked like you would
backwards.
hit into it so gnarly.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I did it, greased it the first time.
Look how high he goes, dude.
How high is that for the audience?
I don't
at home?
even know, dude. Like,
Out of the bottom of the bowl, you're probably like 45 feet up. I mean, you're taller than that. I don't know,
Dude.
something like that.
What's the highest you think you've ever been on a bike in terms of a full jump like this where you have to come down?
I don't know. I've hit some.
it's hard to tell. Like,
yeah,
like-
sometimes you're in there for a while on some of the big jumps.
we don't really measure anything. Like when we're out doing this stuff,
You
it's
just
like
look at it.
Look at
You just
it.
look.
You give it a few test runs. You feel it out, and I mean, occasionally I usually only measure something if I like build it, just
Yep.
because then I can be like, okay, I know exactly how to.
Oh,
hit
it's 110.
this. Like,
The jump I was doing over there was 120. So if I go a little bit slower, like,
yeah,
that's how I look at shit.
you start to know like what your bike will do in each gear and
Yeah.
different trajectories and things like that. And but if I'm out in the hills, like I ain't bringing a tape, and that's probably where
No.
we've done some of the biggest stuff ever. is
Yeah, you just look and you just build it and you just do it. Like, I don't think I've never taped anything in the hills.
no.
Have you ever even tried to figure out how high it is though before you hit it?
No, you don't know until you're in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, you're like, this lip looks good. Like, I know I'm going to be high.
So I've seen you with a shovel like in the hills, and I've seen videos of you guys like in terms of building your own jumps or creating like your own little world when you're out there. Is there something specifically that you're looking for, or you're just trying to build something to go high?
Well, I think even as a little kid, just driving down the street, like your imagination, I've always been in the car just all, y'all, y'all like step like you just look at stuff and like as a little kid just like, oh, I could jump that, or if I shoveled this I could do that. And now we're just big kids with shovels and really expensive motorcycles, and we just go out and dig dirt all day long and just build shit. Like you just look for the steepest lip or the best looking landing. You're like, oh, if I can get from here to there, that's going to be sick. And you literally just build it, and then one of you guys goes for it.
Yeah. I mean, Twitch kind of like him and like Carbone, and then there's a few guys I'm sure before, but like they kind of made the whole like shovel culture, you know?
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have known to do that. We would just go out and ride, and I mean, I guess you would have figured it out eventually, but we'd just go ride and see if we could find a jump. And then I started watching your stuff and seeing the amount of effort and work you guys would put in to make something sick and make it last. And then that really, you know, and being around that and going out with him, like I remember going out like 20 deep with dudes with shovels and just like, we'd be looking at a cliff, and then 2 hours later, we're just hitting the sickest jump you've ever ridden, and there was nothing there before.
And we just looked at it, we're like, oh, we could jump to the top of this thing. Let's just shovel it.
Yeah. We're pulling up on a cliff, and Jeremy's like, yeah, this would be like a quarter pipe. Like you could just, and I mean, this thing is like 40, 50 feet tall, just like a full
Is that the one Lawrence sent his race bike down? He cased it?
No, I wasn't there for that day. No, I think he even took, I think Laninovich might have tried to throw a big whip and
Richie. Twin Peaks.
I think he even took Roxon there after, like the day after.
Yeah, Roxon came, Hart, Tickle, all of us. And then I know Bierman came like 2 days after that and broke his femur on it. Cased it, fell back down the hill, bent his rod, like pretty gnarly.
So that shovel culture of like building your own jumps, creating your own little world, that kind of originated with you guys. I'm
sure I saw like dudes like McGrath and them and like Still Root shovel and shit. That's probably where I got it from. But like we both grew up riding BMX, and you always had to build jumps. So I just took it over to a motorcycle. It was the same thing, just bigger.
Is it the same thing when you're like on all these e-bikes and you're trying to create jumps and you're on these Surons and you're making content? Same thing? Are you trying to create the same jumps you would create for like a 450?
I guess mainly when I ride e-bikes, I'll go somewhere where I can't ride a motorbike. Like go somewhere like me and my buddies, when we first got them, we just started ripping downtown LA. Like I think what's that hill that everybody like jumps?
Yeah. They do it in the Tesla. Yeah,
we found that like 6, 7 years ago now, probably.
Before it was on the internet.
Yeah, and then we hit it, and then next thing I know, like Teslas are jumping, like
Sealy's jumping in the Tesla.
Yeah, everybody's like that just became like a staple. So it's kind of cool to see. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the neighbors, I guess.
Dude, could you imagine?
You don't tend on stuff like that. You know, people just, I know exactly where that is.
I've seen a bunch of crashes on that thing from dudes on bikes that shouldn't be out there. Like there's a lot of dudes out there jumping that thing. I've seen a Tesla like almost go OTB. Like I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Like people don't get like the gist of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So with me on the e-bikes, like I just like to ride that spot where it'd be like, you'd probably get in trouble riding a gas bike here. That was kind of my intent, like thoughts with them, and, riding it in urban areas. Cause you totally get a different approach. Like if you're on a 450 and you go out there and do that, like some dude's going to come over like, what the hell are you doing here? Get out of here.
And you have to rush what you're doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like the e-bikes are quiet too. They still rip.
When people see you now, they'll see you do something cool before they hear it. And like their attitude towards you, like is
totally different.
A complete, like, what is that thing? That's cool.
That was awesome, Billy.
I'm sure it's going to change now that there's like 1 million Surons in circulation and kids are going to be reckless on it. But I mean, this is America, right?
We just had Suronster on the podcast, and he hit me up because he wanted to build a like Suronster track at my paintball park, SC Village in Chino, where kids on the weekend can go and have like just these massive jumps over helicopters and buildings.
It would be sick, but the waiver would have to be gnarly.
Yeah, that's the one thing. We used to have a skate park at the park, and we had to shut it down. It was with vans, and we had to shut it down because everybody kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
But I can imagine like the world now of racing, a lot of racers can make just as much money as they could racing as they can being like a free rider, getting sponsors, making content. Do you feel like there's something like some sort of boundary, some sort of exit for people to be able to get into this world? Or you think as long as you can make content, like the world's open?
Yeah. I mean, if you can make something that people want to watch, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
You just got to be creative.
Yeah.
Such a different dynamic now though, because we're seeing it with MMA and boxing too. There's a lot of like influencer boxers and influencer fighters that are just creating content and then fighting influencers, right? It's like a whole new world. And even these guys out here, like some of the best racers in the world are just making content now, and people can have an entirely different dynamic with their fans.
Well, I think what's cool like that when racers are doing vlogs and doing stuff, it's like you actually get to actually see them how they are away from the track. Like you get to see their personality. Like, and that's where I feel like a lot of the fans are able to bond better with like certain riders. Cause like, oh, that dude's just like me. Or you see some dudes on the podium, they're always like, oh yeah, I got third place. They're pissed. But it's like, yeah, the dude's pissed because he worked his ass off all week and he knows he can win. So yeah, he's bummed on third place. Where the average dude's like, I can't believe he's mad he got third place. It's like, dude, these dudes are trying to win championships. Like when you work your ass off and you want to be the best, yeah, third place ain't that cool sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like even a lot of people though too, they just talk about sponsors and the money they're making, but they're forgetting like, dude, there's a love and passion there too. But sometimes that gets dwindled and kind of buried in the lines.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people when you're at that level, you've got 20 people behind you. So, you know, you're thinking, you're not even really thinking of the question that the girl's asking you. You're just like, yeah, this happened, and I got to give it up to these guys because, I mean, that's just a respect thing, really.
Those are the dudes paying the bills.
Yeah, you know, it's paying the bills, the guys that are working the, you know, 70-hour work weeks to get you to the race and you know, spend the extra time. So I get that side of it. And it's great now that you do have these outlets to, you know, expose your personality, show who you are and things you like and all that. Cause before it was like, if you pissed off the dudes at the magazine, like everybody hated you.
Yeah. They weren't, you weren't getting any love in the magazine.
Yeah. You're just a bad person.
What do you think is the most underrated skill like a rider needs that people don't talk about?
Just love. You gotta love it. You gotta love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you better just be a driven, pissed off dude. Like,
straight up, dude. Like a lot of these dudes ride bikes because they love it. Like even people were like, oh, why are you still riding? What if you get hurt? What if this happens? I'm like, I would still be riding bikes if I didn't make any money. Like I got into riding bikes because my grandparents went to the desert for every single holiday. Then my dad ride an XR 500 to work. He would go riding every day. Like I always loved motorcycles. And still to this day, like I can make no money and I'd still ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's just because I love riding dirt bikes.
Yeah, you always talk about that though. Like when you're having a bad day, your wife will be like, yo, go ride, Jeremy.
But if I'm being an asshole, she's like, you haven't ridden in a while. I should probably go ride. And I ride and come back. I'm all happy. I don't even notice it. She's like, look how much better of a person you are now. Like
sanctuary in your backyard. Like you literally have a full track in your backyard.
Yeah, I just want to have fun. There's days where I want to ride, but like when I had one jump set up for freestyle, it takes me longer to gear up than it does to go through all my tricks. I go out there and do all my tricks and I'm like, all right, now what? I'm like, now I just built a bunch of different jumps so I could just ride. I don't have to do one trick and I'm still having so much fun.
What was the game plan with that? DBK, your brand, you decided to just go do this collaboration with Fly Racing and then go do a track and put it all together? Like, cause I see so many riders in your backyard. Is it through DBK and the whole team?
I think it's just mainly through me, just like wanting to see all the people around me do good. It's like, if I didn't have dudes like Metzger and Deegan and Link all go looking out for me when I was younger, I wouldn't be in the position where I am today. And like when I see someone working and trying to get better, like I'm 100% gonna back them. Like, I don't let everyone ride my house, but like if I like you, you're always have an invite or you can always show up to my house.
You have the sickest crew in your backyard like every day. I think I got to go out there and learn how to ride a bike.
I think having all those dudes at my house all the time keeps me young, keeps me wanting to try to be better, like to better myself. Cause I see these dudes coming up and I'm like, I can't let this motherfucker outride me yet. You know what I mean? Like,
that's cool. You're 30 years straight of that same program too. It's not like a sponsor changed that. Like this guy's been that way since, I mean, I think I might be mistaken, but I think you're probably the only dude that had a compound in like a rental house too. Like, no matter where he lived, whether like, you know,
I always had something.
Like the dude had a compound everywhere he went, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, come out ride." Like, I mean, he'd be inviting moto guys. I mean, I remember it was like me and Daniel Sani, and then like Hillsack when he was like, he went to that amateur.
Yeah,
contest,
we just picked him up on the road one day. Cruise with us,
and just he's formed a lot of really good riders and showed us the ropes. Like. Yeah, for a long time.
And a lot of people salute you for that. I feel like that is one of the main things that makes it so nostalgic. Even having this pod is there's so many conversations where people are like, dude, growing up in the game, I got to hang out with you, Twitch, and you're keeping that. Obviously, it's not Metal Mulisha anymore, but that's what kind of sparked a whole generation of chaos and sparked the whole sport in a way. But now you're keeping that alive with DBK and your team and everything you got going on.
It's cool to hear that sometimes too from like the younger dudes, like, oh, you inspired this. Cause it's like, I never really did this to inspire anyone else. I did this because like I was having fun doing it. So when I hear shit like that, I'm like, oh, fuck, that's cool. Like I did make some kind of an impact, you know?
Yeah, I mean, from the outside in, I mean, a lot of people look at Metal Mulisha and think it's the most like dysfunctional era of like action sports history.
It was the best era.
It was the best era though. Yeah, it was the best. Like if you look at it now and you look back, it's the best stories, the best people that have like revolutionized what sport is. Look at what Deegan's doing with his family.
That was the best part of like with Mulisha is like every single dude could talk as much shit as we wanted because we were winning. So it didn't matter what we said. We would get away with so much extra shit because we would back up what we were saying.
Yeah, you guys were all insane. The things you guys were doing on bikes and the fights you guys were starting and the swag and the chaos. Like everybody wanted to be those guys. I have a question. What do you think about the Deegan, Shimoda, like Deegan, talking, racing 450s, testing the waters a little bit, but now staying in 250s? What do you have an opinion on that?
I love all these young kids, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad we have some parity in it. Like you've got
You like
the
the
Lawrence
intensity?
brothers are there at the top, and I mean you got to have somebody nipping at that heel. Like it's just good for the sport and all these kids. It's good to have. I mean, you might not like what he's saying, what Deegan's saying, but I mean Deegan's smart. Like Hayden's smart, his dad's smart. They know.
You think
what
it's his
they're
dad
doing.
orchestrating all this?
I think it
A little
probably
bit of
comes.
both.
I think it probably comes fairly natural to him as well.
He's been around it his whole life. It comes natural for sure.
What do you think about him staying in the 250s? That you think he should move up or another year?
Hell
in
no, I think it's
250s?
smart. Why wouldn't you go win another championship before you move up? Because once you go up, you ain't going back. And it's like if you go win, you get the manufacturer bonus for $1 million. You're stoked. Like, why would you not go do that?
And I think if he would have went out and just dominated at World Supercross, like it probably would have made that decision a little bit harder for him. But he's got another year to go just break records on 250s, another year to prepare for the Lawrence brothers and everybody in the 450 class.
Learn a 450.
The guys that are good, the older generation's getting older. And I love that, Anderson, Tomac, like those guys, like they're making a last stand. Like they're like 34, 35 years old, and they're not
badasses
so,
still.
But they're still so good, dude. They're still so good.
I'm so proud of those guys. I mean,
Look at Dungy. Like he came back and still was a top 5 dude, and he didn't race for a long time, dude. Like, so it's cool to see dudes like still want to ride their bike at that age when they could have retired years ago and not done nothing for the rest of their life and been chilling.
But with the speed and like kind of like you're saying, like the roster right now in the 450 class, especially with Jett and Hunter, would Deegan have been able to come in and be as impactful as everybody thinks he was going to be from a racing standpoint? No drama, no like issues.
I think it's hard to ever put limits or doubt somebody that's that driven. That's my thought. Do I think he's going to win like straight out the gate? No. But when the one thing I've learned in my life is you can't limit you can't put limits on anybody else. Like there was always guys I thought, that guy will never be as good as me.
Yeah, when someone gets pissed off enough and they want something, they'll figure it out.
Just drive.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point. I didn't think about the manufacturing bonus. I didn't think about setting and breaking all those records. Now
and you don't have to move up.
Shimoda's out, so it's going to be a lot easier for him. I think that would have been his biggest competition. He just got hurt. So
you've been with Monster for a long time. You've been filming a bunch of shit. You got a new project you're working on right now, right?
Yeah, I got a new project. It's coming out December 9th. It's just encapsulates like how I grew up, like out in the woods up on this big hill. And we had a bunch of trees dying and we had to get rid of them. And I just decided I was going to cut down all this stuff, log out all the dead stuff and make a full course out of it with like supercross obstacles, freestyle obstacles, like moto stuff. It's pretty cool. Different for sure. And the guys at Headstrong filmed it. And
dope.
Yeah, it's got a cool feel to it.
I can't wait to see this thing, dude. How long's the edit?
I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes. It's
yeah.
It's
just everything up there at your house. Like,
yeah, we kind of took some stuff that was already there and then basically made it taller. Went over the top of it and just made like wood ladders
just
and everything.
Stacked everything on top.
I mean, it looks like Flintstones Supercross, like because everything's just big and bulky for no reason. It's definitely like an aesthetic and making a track that worked, like where you had like rhythm sections where you could step on, step off, triple, or over the tabletop, triple. Like I tried to make different options so me and my brother could race around on it.
Sick.
Then I put a bunch of like concrete pipes. We had like these 6 foot tall like manhole covers. I think that's what I had to call them when I was trying to order them. I just stacked them up in a row and put a starter whoop like 15 feet back. And
no way.
Made a whoop section. I'm just stoked. Like Monster supports me. I mean, without having those guys in my corner, it would be hard to keep chasing the dreams down like
For
I
sure.
have. Fox too. Like those guys have supported me forever, and it's cool that I get to go out and I get to have these ideas and I get to try to go make them reality. And it always ends up being way more work than anticipate. And you break your back and you break your buddies' backs to help you. But once those projects come out and they live forever, you're pretty hyped on it.
That's rad. How long have you been filming this part for?
We filmed it in a week and or less than a week, but it was a 3-month build.
To build everything took you 3 months.
Yeah. By the time I got there, like there was some more things I wanted to do. Like I wanted to toss in a flip off this one wood jump. I had like a couple of things like I had a couple more ideas in the bank that we just kind of ran out of time on. But when I watched the project, it's so crazy and unique that, yeah, it just makes me think, okay, we can go back for round 2. And
which will be
step
sick
it up.
because it sets you up, it tees you up for a next one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Did you have any crashes during the process of filming?
I only had one decent one. And I was I built all these. I basically just made wall berms, like wall ride berms. Like I would go and make them like 6 to 8 feet tall, like, and I would just stack them in. They weren't even transition. It would just be like board. But I tried to make them sturdy, and I just put like a little lip of dirt to the bottom. So you kind of have to come into the berm into the corner with power, and then
Right
gas
up
it to like get your body weight and bike up onto the berm, and then you could circle the whole thing and drop it in the next obstacle. And one of the ones, one just gave out when I was at the top. And luckily I had my feet on the pegs, like going around, like doing stand up around it and not sitting down. So when the board gave out and I frame cased the next log, like
Just bucked you?
I had my feet locked in. So I didn't like smash anything. Like I didn't have my like legs flailing out.
Which could have got broke.
Yeah, which probably wouldn't have been good. Cause I mean, dented my pipe like all the way through. I mean, it wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's gnarly.
But nothing too crazy. And then my brother, like I thought like I'm scared to hit it, first rides, and not really scared, but definitely a little nervous.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh yeah, this is like, just hits it with me. Like, and he hasn't even seen it. Like he doesn't even know if it's safe, like sturdy.
Just looks at it and just
Some
does
of
it.
it wasn't obviously, but it was cool.
Could you imagine if it would have gave out with your front wheel?
Yeah, it would have been, and I just
That
would
would've
have
been-
went just 8 wood.
Oh, that would have been dirty, dude.
It's been bucktooth beaver from here on out.
Did you see Borowski's new street edit that he just dropped?
Yeah, that was
thing was
sick.
sick, right?
Sick.
I love I love seeing like him, you, Raha, like everyone's doing something different right now. Like, and when everyone does the streets, that's what's cool. It's like most of the time, everyone's doing it at their own spots.
Yeah.
There's like the world is your canvas.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he had a sick video.
well, Scranny, I mean, Scranny was the one for me that got me like opened my eyes to the street stuff.
Scranny
Like,
was one of my favorite street edits ever.
dude, he's the funnest. No, I've never had more fun riding than just being around Scranny, just the antics. I mean, just imagine being in the hills, like all the fun that you'd have with that, but then just
God.
take it to the streets because he didn't care. Like,
No.
he had no
So much shit talking, so much laughing. Like the dude, I love Scranny, dude. He's my boy.
getting into his security guards, like just the whole, all of it. But I love too that like a lot of these street edits that are coming out, like when I do a street edit, I try to keep in mind, like, don't destroy property and don't just be like, don't just go burn somebody's yard up. Don't like break something like, and I try not to do like, just throw a wheelie through the streets, through traffic. Like I'm trying to just get in, get out, be unnoticed. Like I just want to be stealth, do something fun, get out of there before
Get the clip and be gone.
yeah, and leave no trace behind. Like, and I like the like I thought with Broski's, like he did a good job at that. Like, and a lot of these guys, because we're doing stuff that it's gray area. We're on electric bikes. Like, there's not really some states have different laws. You're probably not. I mean, like, even with street skateboarding, like you're not always supposed to be where you are, but we just want to have fun and push it. So it's cool to see like dudes doing gnarly stuff, but also being like respectful to their environment. Hopefully kids, that got Surons and other e-bikes and stuff will notice a little bit of that and not just go ruin somebody's property and then wonder why they're not welcome anymore.
I think it's rad when someone can make a street edit and you look cool the whole time, because it's so like, you're not supposed to ride your bike in the streets and jump off this and jump that and wheel tap that or wall ride that. It's like, so like when people can do that, I'm like, nothing but respect. I think it's dope as hell.
Yeah. It's hard to have stees when you're hitting a curb.
Yeah.
But
Right. Seriously. Like it is like,
yeah, but Broski's was good. I mean, it's cool to see. I mean, Mulford's always got something up his sleeve.
Yep.
Like he's always got something super creative. It's just fun to see. And we're in this cool space where, when you were coming up, like you had to get out there and you had to push it and push the boundaries of freestyle motocross to get noticed.
Yeah.
Like you had to go win a contest for anybody to get in a magazine and get out there. And now like I see dudes pop up that I have never seen before in my life, and they are sick. And then, I mean, even like Cole from SD, like when he first popped on the scene, like
what the fuck?
like jumping off his roof on dirt bikes and his 3-wheeler stuff. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? And then now he's like one of the baddest dudes.
And the funny thing is he still jumps off his roof to this day. Like he just gets bored and builds obstacles in his front yard and jumps onto his house, jumps off of his house. He's like rail grinding freaking his 3-wheeler and shit. Like everyone's just so creative, and I feel like that's what's rad about the internet right now. Is like you can literally film anything you want and put it out there and just get a reaction.
Yeah, and then even like what Axel's doing, like just pushing the boundaries in his backyard is pretty insane. Like
his content,
he's almost outgrown what you can bring a crowd in to see.
For sure,
like
he's probably like the most watched dude in moto, I'd say right now. Like with how hard like this last year when he finally started taking it serious, like with YouTube and filming and shit, like his page is growing so much. It's like he's got to be like the top watched dude for free riding right now.
Dude, I walked around with him at Washougal, and I'm just glad that I'm not that famous.
You turn around, stop. Like,
oh man, I mean, it was great. Like he's good with kids, and
Yeah.
it was not like as soon as he got done signing something, like 10, 12 more people. I mean, it was like walking around the mall with Bieber or something.
Yeah.
In that space,
In that industry.
in a motocross event, walking around.
His content's pretty insane though.
It's gnarly, dude.
He does a lot, like you said, like with kids and stuff. Like it's easy to watch. Like even little Jaden watches it. Like he's doing these airs and these tricks that kids are just like glued to the TV. It's like the Mr. Beast for moto.
And the funny thing is too, it's like every edit is so different and so unique where it's like, he's still not running out of shit to do. He's always building something, always trying something different. Like, yeah, it's been pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
I have two things for you. One is Twitch, and then I'll ask you if you could ride one hill, one track, one obstacle course, one place for the rest of your life, what would that place be?
Ride one place for the rest of my life? I'd say Ritchie Canyon. It's so big and the hills are so
much
steep,
there,
and like it'd be between there and Beaumont, but I'm gonna say Ritchie.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, if you could purchase, if they just have any plot of land, it'd be hard to beat. Ritchie's pretty sweet. Baker's, there's a lot of good spots.
Bakersfield's cool.
Yeah.
The other spot you've been going to is cool.
there's a lot
But for me, I'm gonna say Ritchie
And
Canyon.
then if you could build your ultimate bike, what would that bike be? What would be on it?
My Yamaha 450 that I'm riding now.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Yamaha.
they're the best bikes.
Right?
They're
You're still riding Yamis right now?
So
They're
good.
so good, dude. Like
so solid.
I've ridden everything and I've always liked every single bike I've had, but I rode for Yamaha for years when I was competing like on 2-strokes, and then I went to Cali, rode Hondas, rode Suzukis, and being back on a Yamaha, like as soon as I jumped on it, it felt like 2009 of me riding my 2-stroke. Like I just felt comfortable on it right away.
And
The bikes I got are like 23s, and they're like still like they're tight still.
Yeah.
Like I can let somebody ride it, and they're like, dude, this thing's like, is this new? I'm like, no, dude, this is a 23. Like they're just that well built.
And you ride a lot. Like
Yeah.
you and Axel are tough on bikes.
Yeah, we're not easy on them.
You know, you guys beat
are
shit
you riding
up.
every day?
When I can. Like a lot of times though, like I'm doing a lot of different stuff now. I'm building a lot of the course stuff when I like project builds or building tracks for people, and I just love it. I'm into like getting better on equipment because in my
fun.
head, like I have an idea and I think I can make a track better than anybody. And usually I'm right for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Your
love it.
supercross track is gnarly. Everyone
Yeah.
that's ridden is like, his track's gnarly. It's not like a normal supercross track.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get better at that. And, and I do all my own edits and stuff. Like I'm so busy all the time. It's dumb. Like I tell people like, they're like, you're a free rider. Like why aren't you like, I'm busy as hell.
You
Like,
edit all your own shit, so it takes
I don't
time.
have a second to myself. And if I do, I'm like, my wife's got me fixing a project at the house or something.
So as we get ready to wrap this up, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Second of
for
all,
having
your
me.
content's insane. So we'll make sure to link that here. Your YouTube's amazing. Is there a link or is there anything you want these guys to know, where to go, what to do, what to watch?
I mean, just coming up, we got that Monster Energy project logged out. That's going to be on their YouTube channel. That'll be pretty sick to check out. And if you want to come have a fun weekend on 2 wheels, check out bighilljam.com. Hopefully we'll get some dates for next year and everything sorted out soon.
Amazing. Are you going to that Big Hill Gym?
If I'm not hurt, last year I had a broken leg. I think the year before that I was out of town or out of the country. Shit, it looks so fun. I want to go.
When are we going to get a Twitch event?
That's what I'm saying. It should
One
be in this
day.
backyard.
I mean,
It should be in your backyard, invite only. It would be bigger than X Games.
It would definitely be bigger than X Games.
It would be massive.
be
I feel
sick.
like it would be massive. We should do that.
It'd be fun.
Wait, if you could, real quick, if you could throw an event in your backyard, what would you throw? Like a big whip,
It'd just be a big ass jam. For
That's it.
sure. Just something fun as hell.
just something, and just invite only?
Yeah, it won't be only.
If you could do 5 people, invite only, who would be the 5 people?
5 people, invite only?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
you don't,
tough.
don't
Like,
say me.
That's
Just because I'm here.
yeah, no, but we might need someone to jump everything first. So Josh Hill,
So Josh Hill, who's number 2?
Axel Bierman. Fuck, it's hard because there's a lot of good dudes. Tom Parsons, if he's on time, he's just fucking really slow.
You got one left.
One left.
It's between Kobe, Pat Evans, Wanky. I mean, you got a lot of people for that one last spot.
Yeah, I'm going Patrick. He's just. I think Evans right now is like on a different level. Like he's just
Is
so.
he still competing in X Games?
No, he got banned, so he said, "Fuck X Games, I ain't never going back." But I just think, I think Evans is a unique dude, and like the shit he's doing, he's making old school tricks look really fucking cool, just doing them his own style. And I love what he's doing right now. I think it's dope.
That's a nice top 5. Hey, Jett, anything you want to add? How are you gonna do this year?
He's hungry, dude.
You hungry?
Look at
you
him, he's getting hangry.
Anything you want to add to the podcast?
I think one thing you should add is actually, because I know his brother is crazy at it as well, on how actually hard it is to look at something and judge it. Like, I feel like it's very underrated.
Here, you want to come over here? That's not bad, actually.
That's actually a good
Jett,
question.
That's actually, come over here, Jett.
You man,
right here.
You sound smarter than you look.
Intelligent right now, dude. Get there, right there, yeah.
No, so in every practice of Supercross, the one person I always try to follow is his brother, because he just looks at stuff and hits it first lap, and he'll grease it really, really good. Like, I think talking about that, because obviously you guys do like stupid jumps, even I wouldn't want to do them. Like, tell me how you guys can just compute of like looking at a jump and going like, okay, it's this distance.
That means a lot, you saying that. That's really cool to hear, because I think you're I don't know if I've ever seen a rider like you in my life. So that's cool to say.
You mean
cool
stupid and fast?
Just good, man. Good. You make riding a bike look easy. But I don't know what it is. I think the way we grew up riding, my dad was pretty, pretty smart with stuff, like just making us try stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And like I would go out and learn how to case jumps. So I guess I just wasn't really like
you prepared
stressed
yourself
about stuff. And then I got pretty dialed in on like what my bike would do in each gear. I mean, the same thing. And once you get one section once, and it's easy to do it at another track, really. Like I always like to just go as big as I could at the practice track, because I knew maybe one day that would come in handy.
Well, I think it did.
know.
I think every race you do, you end up coming out with like a big ass quad. Like even the last time you raced Supercross, was it Seattle? It was somewhere. It was like you took so much time off, came back, hit the biggest quad out of the corner. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like the video was all over the internet before qualifying was even over.
But I probably spent too much time doing that while he's out there just
going really fast
every single lap.
When I tell you that the first time I rode Supercross on a 450, because obviously the power is so different, like the torque it has, I tried quadding everything possible. They ended up taking a jump out at A1 at my first 450 Supercross. That 5
was the biggest jump I've ever seen attempted at a Supercross on press day.
You jumped it, right?
It was a 5.
I jumped it. It was a 5, because our like Supercross tracks at home are pretty built up big. So a quad, you have to give it some.
Yeah.
And that one, I struggled to land on the down ramp. I kept over jumping it.
So you gotta just jump all the way to the corner.
So instead of going, how about I try and soak it up more? My dumb ass goes, what if I give it more and lift up? Let's see if that works. And I had like one kind of test run. I tried like purposely over jump in the quad, and I'm just like, all right, like
big.
I was sitting right there, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was
like, fuck.
I'm all, this dude came to play. Like, if he's that confident to like try a 5 in press day for nothing, I'm like, everybody's screwed.
What's gnarly too is like,
what's
gnarly is like when Stu would do shit like that during the race.
Yeah, he would just come around one lap and do something.
Yeah, you're like, what? Like no one even thought about doing it. It's like,
dude, my favorite jump, which is like, I feel like one of the things I can relate to James with is that quad onto the tabletop at SMX. That's my
that thing was big.
That's my relating to James, because I pulled it on the last lap of qualifying. Yeah. Then they cut the lip down.
I hate when they do that
so
shit,
they cut
dude.
it to half the size.
Didn't you keep
and
doing
then
it? You kept doing it though, didn't you?
So no, everyone was going triple table single for the first half, and they red flagged it because someone crashed. I think it was Justin, poor guy. And then we did the restart, same thing, just gaining nothing. And then I'm like, dude, I got to do something to gain it. And dude, I freaking just said, all right, let me commit to it. I committed to it. Dude, I got on, but clipped it. Then next time just adjusted. And it was in LA.
Dude, I did track walk, and I was telling my brother, I'm gonna quad that. I'm gonna quad that. And then every time he come up, you hit it yet? And I'm like, no. And then he goes out and does it, and I'm like, fuck. Then I seen him do it. I'm like, I ain't even gonna do it. that is one of the. I think that jump, him quadding onto that tabletop, and then
that's it.
It was so gnarly.
Yeah, that thing was gnarly,
You can
dude.
see how like quick the transition is off the single, dude. That's like my biggest. I say that's like my biggest flex. I peaked then.
That's gnarly. That's gnarly. And if you case that or over jump it, like you're done.
It's done.
You case it, such a hard land, and the landing was weird. I got sent a few times because after I started to do it a lot, because it's such a harsh landing, it puts like obviously divots.
Yeah.
And one time, I think when I went to go past Kenny the first time, I hit it, went forwards, it bounced weird, and I like nose tapped the down ramp.
And then hit the triple.
And then I scrubbed the triple. I think that was the first attempt at trying to pass him, or the second attempt. But I got sketchy. I'm like, okay, we need to chill.
What goes through your mind as you're coming around the corner to figure out exactly how much gas or how are you figuring that out?
You don't think about it. You just do it.
It's so you don't think. It's just feel like it's
feeling.
It's just feeling, and like sometimes you feel right, sometimes you goes bad. But anyway,
it's like Josh when he sees a big jump. If he's feeling it, he just does it.
But let him talk on like judge. Oh no, he didn't.
He already did.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And then we got the example of the gnarliest thing to judge ever. So, yeah, that was. I remember seeing that, and I wanted nothing to do with that. There was only one other time comes to mind where somebody did a jump, and I didn't really want to do it. And that was that big step down at Imagination that Axel and Bierman hit.
Oh yeah, the Red Bull, the event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? What year?
Remember the one where it was to the downside where Bierman almost killed himself?
Oh yeah, over the container, and then that thing was
when we
gnarly.
did the podcast with him. We watched it. It was insane.
That thing was huge, dude.
I heard they were gonna hit it that night, and I was pretty already spooked by just that's just gnarly out there.
Yeah.
So I went to the Kansas.
You went to the football game during practice,
and I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get to hit it when you guys are doing it. I'm not gonna do it."
I went to the football game. I didn't know.
No.
That jump was gnarly, dude. When I was down below coming up, and I'm like, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he was drifting too far left and was gonna miss the landing.
Was it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, huge,
I remember this,
dude.
It was 184 feet.
Yeah. I was I was down below riding up.
Where was this though?
This is
It's at the Red Bull Imagination, but where?
This is Adam LaRoche's place out in Kansas.
Wow.
You really think if you didn't have to worry about a season, you really don't think you'd hit this stuff? I think you would 100%.
You would have so much
100%
fun.
think you would. You're lying to everybody.
That's true.
I'm not lying.
I've seen you talk
Maybe
about
not
jumps.
that, but the other jumps, dude, they're so
I
fun.
would say but that's the thing. Like, if I spent time on doing the distance and knowing hey, this measurement, because these guys know their measurements. Like just like in Supercross,
just like the
measurement of each triple's the same, the rhythms are the same, the finish line's the same. So I'm used to it. I know what gear and that stuff. Where these guys know, okay, third gear at this much, wicked, goes this far. Like with this up round, I'm gonna do this. Like they know that where I don't.
It's just repetition.
So right now, I'm good.
But I'm gonna say without a doubt, Jett Lawrence would be hitting these jumps if he wasn't racing. I've seen the way you talk about what Twitch does. You for sure want to do it.
If you spent the whole week there
with all of us,
there's no way you'd let There's no
Seriously,
way
no.
you'd let us
You'd
do
be
something.
peer pressured in 30 minutes.
Well, no, every
That's
single
what I
person
thought.
Yeah, you'd be 100%.
For sure.
But Twitch would be calling you for an hour until you actually do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but every single person there, that's what's rad about Imagination. Like the vibes are, it's probably the most fun I ever have riding is when I go ride the practice days with you guys, because you'll watch someone hit it and you'll come up like, yo, dude. Everyone's like, what gear do you? You're like, listen, I hit it third gear wide open. I barely chopped it and then boom. And then Axel's like, okay, cool. I'm just going to follow you. Or I'll hit it too. That's what's cool is everyone there is helping each other out. Where at Supercross, you ain't telling anybody shit what gear you're doing something in. You're just doing it. Unless you're your brother and you guys ride each other's bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that, they don't do that. Do they do that?
Yeah.
No.
You don't watch outdoors, dude?
Thanks for paying attention to.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that.
All right. Think what you want to think.
Saying you're a moto guy and you don't even know that.
He goes to Alcatillo, dude.
I don't think you guys, I don't think. No, I denied it with McGrath on the podcast. Remember?
You did.
I did deny it. I said they test their own bikes. They ride their own bikes. I don't know what you're talking about, McGrath. So if you watch the Jaxxon Sports podcast, you would know I had your back.
No, I'm saying we do change bikes. You're saying we don't.
Yeah, because he's dumb.
Yeah, because I'm trying to back you up.
You defending, you just look like an idiot.
No, but I'm defending you.
No, defend me on what? You defend me for no reason.
Because I just defend your name when you're not here. That's what friends do, brother.
It's like
Okay.
saying, no, I'm defending you that your laptop's white, not silver.
It's silver, but in Australia, you guys call it pearl white.
He's basically saying you got some brown shit on your nose.
Who?
You.
Stop. You're out of your mind. All right. Hey, listen, first of all, I got to say thanks for coming on the pod. That was
for having
amazing.
me.
Jett, thanks for the bonus question. That was actually like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire phone a friend, and you actually came in. That was
He's going to answer the phone if you call him.
Yeah,
Tag me
dude.
in the photos. I think I got some of it.
Yeah, you did good. That was great. I'm actually very impressed with your interviewing skills. And Twitch, you're the man. Can't wait to see this event in your backyard and the 5 people you invited and everybody else who didn't make the invite list. So can't wait to hear what they have to say about
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be fun.
And make sure you guys go check out the Jaxxon Sports Podcast Discord. We have it going crazy right now. In the Jaxxon Podcast Discord, you can ask questions, win giveaways. Plus, we're going to be inviting 3 or 4 fans throughout the year to come watch these podcasts live. Me and Twitch got 3 or 4 shows a month coming for 2026. So we are going to be blowing up the spot. We also will be at A1. Me and Twitch will be walking around with Sheckler doing a full behind the brand, showing you guys what's going on in the pits, in the cars, in the RVs, trailers, the whole nine. You guys will see everything live and direct. We appreciate you guys supporting. Check out our brand new watch as well on Jaxxon.com.